Hey everyone, welcome to Disney Movie Reviews. I'm Mr. Lane, and of course with me as always is Mrs. Emily. Now, usually we have some different topics about movies, whether that's a list of characters, a list of favorite movies, and even one time we talked about a movie and reviewed it. So we've been a little crazy on here, but today we decided to talk about the service that is allowing us to watch all of these really fun movies, Disney Plus. So today we're going to be talking about our favorite things about Disney Plus. Now, Miss Emily, did you have like any kind of categories or maybe criteria in mind when you were thinking about how you were going to judge your favorite things about Disney Plus?
A little bit, yes. So I am a grown-up, so I pay for my own things, and so my husband and I, when we decided to add this, I was like, I want this to be a good value. You know, like we're getting it for what, $7.99? I'm like, okay, so what all can I get with that? And I think it's a good value. And so my favorite things about it are the things that make it valuable.
Yeah.
I think a good investment.
I agree, and that's actually a good place to start because that was on my list as well, was the cost of it. Because
it's so great.
Because especially for our friends who maybe don't have it, maybe this is going to be a good video to like show your parents and kind of be a selling. Yeah, not an ad. They're not sponsoring us, although maybe they should. That would be kind of cool.
That'd be great.
But the cost is one of the biggest selling points for me, because it is, like you said, just like $7 or $8 every single month. But for all of the things that you get that go along with it, and the fact that it keeps getting, and we'll talk about this because it's also on my list a little bit later, how it just keeps growing. And so I like that aspect of it, that it is a lot cheaper than some of these other options that I will admit I do pay for some. There's other things that like my parents have, so I'll just use theirs. But when it's coming out of my pocket, I'm glad that it's only like $7 or $8, but it's one thing that I will use.
And it's worth it.
A lot, yes, and that is very much so worth it. So let's get into some of our favorite things about Disney Plus. Miss Emily, what is one of the things that you think is your favorite thing about Disney Plus?
One of my favorite things about Disney Plus is I did not know how many different things were technically Disney. Like things that Disney has purchased, they have the rights to, so we get them on Disney Plus. We are enjoying that right now. My husband and I are watching all of the Star Wars movies, and you and I have talked about Star Wars before. A lot of the Marvel movies are on Disney Plus. There's National Geographic. There's just so much diversity that, like, whether you're 4 years old like my niece, or people our age, or people our parents' ages, there's something for everyone on Disney Plus. It is very diverse.
Yeah, and that goes along with one of the things I wrote down too, which is variety, because you're not just boxed into, oh, you can only watch Disney movies, which I think maybe that was something a lot of people were worried about when, you know, Disney Plus was released, was like, well, are we just going to watch Mickey Mouse, or are we just going to watch, you know, the old animated movies? No, it's everything as of now, you know, that they own, and they might add more, they might, you know, put some things that they don't have on there yet on there, but for the most part, it's almost everything that they have in their collection, and that's all for you to watch. So I love that. Like you said, it makes it not boring, and there's always new things to find and to watch. So the variety alone, I think, is the biggest selling point of it. But there's other things too that we do like about it. Miss Emily, did you have anything else that you thought about?
I love Disney Plus so much. One other thing that I really enjoy is the originals. Like, there's Netflix originals and Hulu originals, but the Disney Plus originals, I think, are so high quality, and they came prepared. I know that you haven't watched it, but I personally really love High School Musical, the series. It's so good, so cute, does the story and the whole thing so well. I haven't watched The Mandalorian, but I've seen bits and pieces of it to know that it is very well loved by a lot of people. And just they have different shows even that adults might like Encore, hosted by Kristen Bell, Be Our Chef with Angela Kinsey. So many different just original things that like I just don't think you could ever be bored. And I think with how well they've been received, I don't think that they are stopping with the originals anytime soon.
Yeah, no, I also really like all the originals that are on there. I actually just got done watching the Frozen 2 documentary series, and I didn't even know that was coming out.
Yeah.
So that was like a surprise to me that came out. When I saw it on the little timeline there, I was like, wow, this is really cool, and it was actually really, really good. And like you said, I've started to watch Be Our Chef now. I love that show. I think it's fun. And then the Imagineering story. We all know Mr. Lane loves Disney World, the Disney theme parks just in general. So that was a really cool series for me. Personally, I've heard good things too about, I think there's a series about Tales of a Future President. I think that's what it's called. I've heard a lot of good things about that one. Haven't watched that yet. Like you said, I also haven't watched The Mandalorian.
There's so much.
Yeah, there's just so much. I'm trying to like balance it out, but I do plan on watching that at some point because I've heard it's one of the best things they've made on there. So the originals definitely sell it because, like you said, while other streaming services have their own originals, sometimes they kind of either are good at first and then they kind of get to the point where they're kind of not good anymore, or they're just not good in general. But I can feel pretty solid not being a Disney homer. I mean, I am wearing my Disney shirt today, but not trying to be a Disney homer in any way. I do feel like all the Disney Plus originals are actually shows that I would watch, without getting bored
for sure
at any point. So yes, the originals are definitely something that's really, really good. And of course, we can't talk about Disney Plus, Miss Emily, without talking about the movies that are
so
on there.
Good.
And it's great because, like you said, they're not just movies that are animated movies or just like from Disney movies. I mean, they all are owned by Disney, but some of them were released through different companies that Disney owned, and so there's a lot of variety. There's movies that probably just the adults would rather watch and would like better than kids, but there's also movies for the kids that they enjoy a lot. Has there been any movies, Miss Emily, that you've watched on there that you didn't know about, maybe, that you've just really enjoyed?
Yes, and I even shout out to talking about our underrated Disney movies that we talked about. I didn't know that Treasure Planet was going to be on there, and it was just a delight when I saw that and to go back and watch that. Robin Hood, that was another random one that my husband really wanted to watch one day, and I didn't even really remember that much about it. I think last time I saw it I was like 3. So just kind of like movies that it's like I vaguely remember, but I get to watch again as an adult and enjoy them.
Yeah,
I would say those ones.
That's definitely like really a cool part of it, is those maybe you didn't see because there was a weird time where they were only released certain years and stuff, so you might not have seen them before. To have them all there, that's really cool. And for me too, I feel like it's really cool the variety of the older live action movies that they have on there, because I've listened to a lot of different Disney things and people always talk about these movies, but it used to be you could only get them if you bought like this certain collection or you had this certain channel. So now that I can kind of watch these and see what they were talking about, I can kind of enjoy those more. And then Mr. Lane also just kind of is a big documentary nerd, and so all the documentary movies that are on there and just the variety of them too, I've enjoyed that a lot. So I love learning new things, and I feel like documentaries capture my attention a lot better than like books. So I'd much rather watch a documentary than a book any day of the week. So I've enjoyed that. So, well, Miss Emily, was there anything else on maybe your list of favorite things that you want to talk about?
Yes, oh my goodness. One of my favorite things about Disney growing up was Disney Channel. And I love that. I love that all of the, whether it's the Disney Channel shows or the DCOMs, Disney Channel original movies, they're all on there. So we have like High School Musical, Camp Rock, Disney Channel original movies, as well as the shows like Hannah Montana, That's So Raven, Kim Possible, shows that I grew up on. But also, I even just looked at, and they added like Ant Farm, which is not something I watched when I was growing up, because that's more of a newer one. And I just like how they have everything that was ever on Disney Channel, pretty much.
Yeah.
Love the Disney Channel.
No, that made it to my list too, because like right now I've been watching through That's So Raven, and the first thing I really watched through was Kim Possible, and I know probably our kiddos at home are probably like, they're old, why are they watching those when these shows are on there? But it's because that's what we grew up with, and so that is really fun, and it's kind of cool too to see what they keep adding on there. Like,
Yes.
I never saw the original DuckTales series or anything like that, and that's on there now, so I'm excited to watch through that. There's some shows, like you said, I kind of vaguely remember in my mind seeing on TV, but those have been added on there now too, and so now I can enjoy those shows as an older person. And so maybe for some of our friends at home, as you get older, you'll appreciate some of these shows that we watched when we were growing up too. But Miss Emily, I think that's a pretty good list of things that are our favorite things about Disney Plus. But are there any things about Disney Plus that make you excited about it going forward? Maybe some things you haven't watched yet that you're planning to watch, or maybe you've heard about something they're going to add later that you're looking forward to. Is there anything like that?
I don't know. I haven't heard of anything lately, but I'm out of the loop. But I am looking forward to just seeing how they're going to add stuff as they continue to make movies, because I even think Onward, because that was supposed to be in theaters, but with quarantine and all of that stuff, they just put it on Disney Plus. And so I'm just looking forward to seeing how they're going to use this streaming service to connect with us better and give us new stuff all the time. I feel like we will never be in want, and so I'm just excited to see what they're going to give us next.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm excited to see just what original shows they continue to come up with and put out there, and to see if they can keep up the good work with all the things they've already done. And like you said, do they start releasing some of these movies just straight to, Disney Plus instead of going to the theater? That'll be an interesting thing
see how that
to
works
see
out
as well. I'm excited for when they actually get all of the Marvel movies on there. I think that's one thing that's holding me back from watching them all right now, is the fact that they're not all on there yet. And so I'm kind of waiting for the day they get the rights to have all of those on there. I feel like there's a couple of other movies and like TV series I'm kind of hoping to see if they add to the streaming service or not. I can't necessarily think of them off the top of my head, so I won't try to think through them, but I know there have been a few that I'm like, man, I kind of wish this was on there. And I've heard rumors and different things that they might be adding them, over the next couple months and years. So I'll be excited for when that adds on. But I think that is everything for right now that we can talk about Disney Plus. But if you really love Disney Plus at home, make sure to leave us a comment in the Facebook comment section and let us know maybe something that you've really liked about Disney Plus, or your favorite show that's on Disney Plus right now. Also, make sure to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel, so that way you can catch all the videos that we have coming out for you. We hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and we'll see you next time.